Dear students, now we are going to discuss semester 3 syllabus, and two video I have already made on the syllabus, what is there, what are the papers. Now in this video I am going to talk about question paper, because basically you need to know exactly how the questions come and how you have to attempt these questions. So for that matter, I have this question paper with me. This is 2024. These instructions you can read out, that I'll explain gradually. Now you see question number 1, and I just read out: write a short note in approximately 250 words each, any 5 of the following. Now in this paper you will have this question number 1, you will be having 9 options. Okay, out of these 9s you just have to do 5, any 5 you do, and these will be according to your units. So mostly one question from one unit, that is a kind of standard practice we follow. So now I'm just reading out, and if you just read out these instructions, you will find that answer question number 1, which is compulsory, and only 3 from question number 2 to question number 8. Question number 1 carries 25 marks, that is 5 mark each. I mean, every question is having 5 marks and you just have to do 5 questions, so 25 marks. And the other questions carry 15 marks each. Question number 1 is in 9 parts, out of which 5 parts must be attempted. The maximum marks printed on the question paper are applicable for regular students. These marks will, however, be scaled up proportionately in respect of students from NC Web, Non-Collegiate Women Education Board, at the time of posting of award for compilation of result. So I just read out this question number 1, because this is paper long 18th century, and I'm just reading out questions, so you just have an idea that how these questions, what is the question number 1 and how you have to attempt. So relentless walls whose darksome round contains repentant sighs and voluntary pains, ye rugged rocks which holy knees have worn, ye grot and caverns shagged with hoary thorn. This is question number 1. Then 2 is wisdom surely direct us to take the least evil in the choice of life. That is a quote. And now you have to identify from which text it is there and what is the context and reference it is talking about. Then next is question number 3 is, are you mad? If you value my life, do not think of taking your own. I am beset with company and can neither speak nor write to you. Until tomorrow, wait. So this is again 3 number, and it is a quote either from the text or related to the text. The significance of the subtitle of Julie. This is what you have to say. What is the significance of subtitle of Julie? So the Julie text which you have to see, on from which point of view, what are the significant aspects associated with Julie, that you need to discuss here. And because it's one question is 5 marks only, so you just give focus up to 5 marks. Next 5 is Britain, thy exiled son no more, thy blissful values wells shall see. Why did I leave thy hallowed shore, ah, land adored, where all are free. This is also quote from a text, so you just have to find out which text and what is in the context it is talking. No pleasant smile, nor quaint device of mirth are visited that day. The very cat from the wet kitchen scared, and reeking hearth visits the parlor an unwanted guest. The invocation to book 1, the prelude, crossing the Alps, and I was taught to feel, perhaps too much, the self-sufficient power of solitude. So, in this we just discussed question number 1. In all, it is a 70-mark question paper. So, rest of these questions, next questions from 2 to 8 will be 15 mark each, and out of that you just have to do only 3 questions. So, in all you are doing 4 questions in all. So, let me come to the back side of this long 18th century paper, and the back of long 18th century paper is here. So now we are coming from question number 2 to 8. Examine how Rasila's search for pleasure relates to the issues of choice. In what ways do his choice and those of other characters correspond with the novel's philosophical investigation of fate and free will? So this text is from Rasila, and you just have to answer this question. This will be of 15 marks. Then question number 3, and it's a quote. Great cities must have theatre and corrupt people. Novels critically examine the opening lines of the first preface to Julie as equally to repudiation as a vindication of the practice of novel writing. So this is from Julie. Now we come to question number 4. Critically comment on how women poets deeply deploy radical sensibility and melancholia to challenge the gendered context of their times. Question number 5 is, how do the women romantic poets interrogate the great historical question of their time, such as war and slavery, in their poems? Discuss with reference to any two poets in the course. Question number 6 is, critically comment on Wordsworth's deployment of Coleridge as a silent interlocutor throughout the prelude. What is Wordsworth's attitude towards nature? Does it undergo a significant change through the course of prelude? Discuss with reference to any two books in the long term. Comment on the response to the theme of revolution made by two poets prescribed in this course. So this is, one question complete. We have completed this one question, and this one question, this is question number 1. And one more thing I tell you, which if you understand properly, see, all these text, you see, in one question prelude is taken, in another question Julie is there, then Rasila's is there. So 3 units we have covered. And then any two poet, how do the women romantic poets interrogate the great historical question of the time, such as war and slavery? So any two poets, if you are covering 3 or 4 units, and somewhere if you find that 2 units are okay, you are more comfortable with the 2 units. So there is always one question which you can actually attempt. It's a kind of general question which you can attempt. Even question number 8 is also a kind of gateway for you. Respond to the theme of revolution made by the two poets. So in this also 2 poets are here. So you have available. All the units are available. Any two you could discuss. Here also any two you could discuss. So in a way, if you are able to do Julie, Wordsworth, these are 2. Okay, so this question also again you can do with the, see, in question number 3 you are doing Julie. In question number 5 also you can again write on Julie. Question number 6 you are doing prelude, and again question number 5 you can do prelude also. So it means 2 text you are doing, 2 unit you are doing, and you are able to attempt even 3 questions properly. That is how you have to understand. So first read these questions carefully, repeat these questions. And one more thing, even if in this short questions you will find one question is there on prelude, one question is there on Julie. So it means from this question number 1 also, at least 2 question and 3 question easily you could do on the help of those detailed questions which you have prepared for question number 2 to 8. So in this way, I would request you to, understand this way. And that's how most significant thing is, please read this question paper very carefully. Repeat this question paper. By reading again and again, it will give you clarity. Even when you are going through your syllabus, you are able to choose which text you have to focus and which text you can actually prepare for the smaller questions. So this unit I'm just it's a short question, it's a short video I'm making. We will discuss, because I have all the questions related to your syllabus. For example, this is 18th century, and this is front of this 18th century. So this is 22, and we have this 22 question number. this is year 22 and long 18th century paper. The rule is same. Again, you see question number 1 and 9 choices are there. And I just read out. Discuss the answer in 250 words and 5 questions you have to do. In these deep solitude and awful cells where heavenly pensive contemplation dwells. Then Imalk. The question number 3. Are you mad? If you value my life, do not think of taking your own. I am beset with company and can neither speak nor write to you until tomorrow. Authors, men of letters, philosophers, never cease proclaiming that to fulfill your duties as a citizen, to serve your fellow creatures, you have to live in the great cities, to them to flee. Paris is to hate to human race. The people of the countryside are not in their eyes. To hear them, one would believe that men are found only where there are pensions, academics, and dinners. Oh, poor cousin, if only the least glimmer that the baron at Tang should consent to give his daughter, his only child, to a pretty bourgeoise without fortune. Do you expect that? What then do you expect? What do you want? Poor cousin. The muses are tuned, gossip they have lost. Sometime if you feel confused, please don't worry, because from last year, even 24 to 25, we have a changed syllabus. So you might find certain texts are missing and these are the questions which I'm discussing, previous year's questions. So you do not, but what I'm trying to make you understand is what is the pattern and what kind of questions are there. By reading question itself, you will have an idea that if you are preparing any text, how you have to prepare. The muses are tuned, gossip they have lost. The buskin stab, the clear high sounding phrase, laughs of language of gods. Then Eudora means as I was, and little graced with power of eloquence even in my native speech, and all unfit for tumult and intrigue, yet would I willingly have taken up a service at this time for cost so great, however dangerous. So, these questions I show you, and see, this is how. Then we come to this to question number 2 to 8. So, how is the question of autonomy of women addressed by Alexander Pope and Samuel Johnson in Eloisa to Abelard and Rasila respectively? So, on Rasila, one question is there always. Great critics must have theatre and corrupt people novels. Critically examine how opening line of the first preface to Julie is meant to. This I have read actually. Now let's come to the other part. So, examine how Rasila's search for pleasure. This also I think we have read. Now let me come to next question. In this way, you were able to understand this is how this 18th century paper we were discussing, and this is from semester 3. So this unit is for students who are from semester 3. 70 mark questions will be there, and rest 3 are internal assessment, in which 5 marks for attendance and rest 25 is for your internal assessment. You will be getting assignments and then you have to submit it in middle of the semester. So I end my video here. You just go through this video, see these questions again, pause it, take a screenshot and read out, because in the rest of the videos I will cover most of the questions which are relevant, previous year's questions, so that can give you better idea how you have to prepare and how you have to write your answers. Thank you so much. God bless you. Subscribe the channel, share it, and like my channel. Thank you so much.